Well, Colony, welcome to day 3 of the Four Agreements review. I am in Jamaica right now. I'm doing a mileage run. I'm there for an hour. So while I'm in the air and on the ground, a couple Colony members had sent me emails saying that they would like to help out. So the first, you know her. Lydia will be reading from page 3 to the top of page 9 if you would like to follow along. And I'm sorry about the sound quality, but I don't have control over if someone's using a webcam or a video cam. And my programming thing does not have any way of boosting or softening sound. So we'll have to live with that, but it doesn't matter because we're not here for the sound. We're here for the knowledge. All right? Take it away, Lydia.
Chapter 1, Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. You are dreaming right now in this moment. You are dreaming with the brain awake. Dreaming is the main function of the mind, and the mind dreams 24 hours a day. It dreams when the brain is awake, and it also dreams when the brain is asleep. The difference is that when the brain is awake, there is a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. When we go to sleep, we don't have the frame, and the dream has the tendency to change constantly. Humans are dreaming all the time. Before we were born, the humans before us created a big outside dream that we will call society's dream, or the dream of the planet. The dream of the planet is the collective dream of billions of smaller personal dreams, which together create a dream of a family, a dream of a community, a dream of a city, a dream of a country, and finally a dream of the whole humanity. The dream of the planet includes all of society's rules, its beliefs, its laws, its religions, its different cultures and ways to be, its governments, schools, social events, and holidays. We are born with the capacity to learn how to dream, and the humans who lived before us teach us how to dream the way society dreams. The outside dream has so many rules that when a new human is born, we hook the child's attention and introduce those rules into his or her mind. The outside dream uses mom and dad, the schools, and religion to teach us how to dream. Attention is the ability we have to discriminate and to focus only on that which we want to perceive. When we perceive millions of things simultaneously, but using our attention, we can hold whatever we want to perceive in the foreground of our mind. The adults around us hooked our attention and put information into our hands through repetition. That is the way we learned everything we know. By using our attention, we learned a whole reality, a whole dream. We learned how to behave in society, what to believe and what not to believe, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, what is good and what is bad, what is beautiful and what is ugly, what is right and what is wrong. It was all there already, all that knowledge, all those rules and concepts about how to behave in the world. When we were in school, we sat in a little chair and put our attention on what the teacher was teaching us. When you went to church, you put your attention on what the priest or minister was telling you. It is the same dynamic with mom and dad, brothers and sisters. They were all trying to hook your attention. We also learned to hook the attention of other humans, and we develop a need for attention which can become very competitive. Children compete for the attention of their parents, their teachers, their friends. Look at me, look at what I'm doing. Hey, I'm here. The need for attention becomes very strong and continues into adulthood. The outside dream hooks our attention and teaches us what to believe. Beginning with the language that we speak, language is the code for understanding and communication between humans. Every letter, every word in each language is an agreement. We call this a page. In a book, the word page is an agreement that we understand. Once we understand the code, our attention is hooked and the energy is transferred from one person to another. It's not your choice to speak English. You didn't choose your religion or your moral values. They were already there before you were born. We never had the opportunity to choose what we believe or what not to believe. We never chose even the smallest of the agreements. We didn't even choose our own name. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the dream of the planet via other humans. The only way to store information is by agreement. The outside dream may hook our attention, but if we don't agree, we don't store that information. As soon as we agree, we believe it, and that is called faith. To have faith is to believe unconditionally. That's how we learn as children. Children believe everything adults say. We agree with them, and our faith is so strong that the belief system controls our whole dream of life. We didn't choose these beliefs, and we may have rebelled against them, but we were not strong enough to win the rebellion. The result is surrender to the beliefs with the agreement. I call this process the domestication of humans. And through this domestication, we learn how how to live and how to dream. In human domestication, the information from the outside dream is conveyed to the inside dream, creating our whole belief system. First, the child is taught the names of things: mom, dad, milk, bottle. Day by day, at home, at school, at church, and from television. We are told how to live, what kind of behavior is acceptable. The outside dream teaches us how to be human. We have a whole concept of what a woman is and of what a man is, and we also learn to judge. We judge ourselves, judge other people, judge the neighbors. Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate a dog, a cat, or any other animal. In order to teach a dog, we punish the dog and we give it rewards. We train our children, whom we love so much, the same way that we train any domesticated animal, with a system of punishment and reward. We're told, you're a good boy or you're a good girl when we do what mom and dad want us to do. When we don't, we are a bad girl or a bad boy. When we went against the rules, we were punished. When we went along with the rules, we got a reward. We were punished many times a day, and we were also rewarded many times a day. Soon we became afraid of being punished and also afraid of not receiving the reward. The reward is the attention that we got from our parents and from other people, like siblings, teachers, and friends. We soon develop a need to hook other people's attention in order to get the reward. The reward feels good, and we keep doing what others want us to do in order to get the reward. With that fear of being punished and that fear of not getting the reward, we start pretending to be what we are not, just to please others, just to be good enough for someone else. We try to please mom and dad. We try to please the teachers at school. We try to please the church, and we start acting. We pretend to be what we are not because we are afraid of being rejected. The fear of being rejected becomes the fear of not being good enough. We become a copy of our mama's beliefs, daddy's beliefs, society's beliefs, and religion's beliefs. Eventually, we become someone that we are not. All our normal tendencies are lost in the process of domestication, and when we are old enough for our mind to understand, we learn the word no. The adults say, don't do this and don't do that. We rebel and say no. We rebel because we are defending our freedom. We want to be ourselves, but we are very little, and the adults are big and strong. After a certain time, we are afraid because we know that every time we do something wrong, we are going to be punished. The domestication is so strong that at a certain point in our life, we no longer need anyone to domesticate us. We don't need mom or dad, the school, or the church to domesticate us. We are so well trained that we are our own domesticator. We are an auto-domesticated animal. We can now domesticate ourselves according to the same belief system we were given and using the same system of punishment and reward. We punish ourselves when we don't follow the rules according to our belief system. We reward ourselves when we are the good boy or the good girl. All right, you guys, I hope I did a good job as your first guest appearance reader. I am going to do the weird reach across thing to turn off the camera, but I wanted to give this a try.
That was great, Lydia. Thank you. So the first few pages dealt with domesticating and the reward system. Think back long and hard on your life and tell me if that isn't true for you. It may not be the exact system of rewards that he spoke about, but when you did something good, did you go for a sundae? Or were you led to believe that this is how X, Y, and Z do it, and that's what your belief system has become? Which is why when people in the religious right seem to do things that I don't agree with, and I often say, don't they have their eyes open? Think about that. If you're brought up in that situation, and that has been your reward system, of course that's all you see, because that's all you know. We're going to take the blinders off, people. Some of the blinders were taken off of me when I was like, what do you mean? That's how come I'm able to have that impression and that opinion now of people who I deem to be the religious right. Well, of course that's all they know. That's how they were brought up. That's how they were taught. That was their reward system. I'm scary to them. I understand that now. I never understood that before. Breakthrough number 1. Maybe read ahead a couple pages if you'd like, because we have another special guest reader tomorrow. Okay? All right, guys. See you when I return. 2 wings and 1 video.